September 11, 2025. A Shadow lifts off from Palmdale, California, not just any typical aircraft.
These are not experimental prototypes gathering dust in a hangar, and they are built to full production standards.
If tensions escalate tomorrow, they could be armed and operational within weeks, as the timeline just collapsed.
Initial operational capability is no longer 2029, and we are looking at 2026 or sooner. For decades, the bomber fleet relied on Cold War legends like the B-22, still flying.
The B-1 was built for speed, while the B-2 Spirit cost more than its weight. But the world changed. China is building islands, and Russia is up. This is a bomber designed not for yesterday's threats, but for tomorrow's battlefields and classified strategic needs.
Welcome to Jet Insight, where we break down the aircraft and technology keeping America's skies secure today.
The Raider represents the biggest leap in strategic bombing since the B-2 rolled out in '88.
That September morning marked a turning point when the second Raider lifted off from Air Force Plant.
Now there are 2 aircraft, and that changes everything for the test program and future mission planning.
One bomber tests radar signatures, while the other validates weapon systems through simultaneous operations and development.
The B-21 throws the old model out the window by building test aircraft to production.
If you agree that American air superiority matters more than ever, type proud in the comments below.
Northrop Grumman is not just building test aircraft, and they are scaling production at a very rapid pace.
Current reports suggest the program is under budget and ahead of schedule, unlike many other defense programs. The digital engineering allowed them to fix issues before parts were manufactured, saving billions in potential cost overruns.
Few are ground test articles that never leave the ground but are critical for structural testing cycles.
The Air Force expects 4 flying Raiders by next year, conducting simultaneous and robust test campaigns worldwide.
Congress allocated $4.5 billion for production acceleration in a bill signed in July now.
The fiscal year budget adds another $10 billion purely for scaling production and hiring more skilled workers.
Recent statements suggest the bomber could reach initial operational status as soon as 2026 today.
Ellsworth Air Force Base won the competition to become the first home with actual construction launching now.
Pilots will log hundreds of hours in simulation before touching actual controls in this 6th-generation domain.
The B-21 features all-aspect stealth, meaning enemy radar cannot get a solid track anywhere.
Open systems architecture allows new sensors and avionics to be swapped in without major aircraft redesigns today.
It acts as a node in joint all-domain command and control sharing data across the battlefield.
The range is intercontinental, and officials confirmed it is longer than the B-2 Spirit's current range.
Weapons include the nuclear-tipped cruise missile, with a range exceeding 1,500 miles for strategic strike.
The bomber carries the full spectrum of air-delivered firepower, including tactical and strategic nuclear weapon options.
The Raider focuses on penetrating advanced air defense networks, like the S-400 and S-500.
America's strategic deterrence rests on land-based missiles and submarines and these air-breathing 6th-generation stealth bombers.
By 2040, the Raider fleet will replace the B-1 Lancer and the B-2 Spirit completely.
The B-52J will receive new engines and fly alongside the Raider for many decades. The current procurement stands at a minimum of 100 aircraft, but analysts suggest the fleet could expand.
Australia is even considering purchasing the Raider to fill their own long-range strike gap in defense.
Adversaries fear what they cannot see, as stealth creates the uncertainty that prevents any potential military aggression.
The B-21 test force runs a methodical campaign to prove every capability before moving forward.
Testing ensures the bomber can operate in heavy electronic warfare environments without any degradation of its performance.
AWACS platforms tracked the bomber, comparing signatures and validating models against real-world flight data in June.
Northrop Grumman personnel work alongside Air Force pilots in a partnership that drives this program forward effectively.
T1 has been making weekly sorties, and with T2 flying, the sortie rate effectively doubles.
6 aircraft total will soon validate every mission scenario, including night operations and low-altitude flight paths. Defense programs rarely come in under budget, but the B-21 is now breaking that mold.
The Raider delivers superior capability for a third of the price compared to the older Spirit bomber. The mature technology choices and digital engineering avoided the developmental risks that plagued past military aircraft programs today.
Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma will coordinate maintenance and sustainment for the entire intercontinental bomber fleet.
When China militarizes the South China Sea, the B-21 answers with unmatched global strike capability.
When Russia modernizes its strategic forces and threatens neighbors, and the Raider provides the flexibility to strike back.
This bomber gives commanders the ability to strike anywhere, at any time, with minimal warning and risk. Lieutenant General Jabara called congressional funding a show of confidence in the Air Force's accountability and results.
Maintainers are getting hands-on experience with 6th-generation technology while preparing for the operational deployment soon.
Every month sooner the Raider reaches operational status, and deterrence strengthens, and American security improves for the future.
The B-2 Spirit served brilliantly in Kosovo and Afghanistan, but 20 aircraft are simply not enough.
The B-21 fleet will provide mass availability, allowing for sustained operations across multiple global theaters.
Production lines are scaling output as infrastructure rises at operational bases in South Dakota, Missouri, and Texas.
The B-21 Raider is not just another aircraft program. It is the future of power.
Subscribe to Jet Insight for more coverage of the aircraft protecting our freedom, and we will see.
Industrial fabrication of titanium wingskins requires extreme precision to maintain the aircraft's critical stealth and performance.
Robotic welding ensures the structural integrity of the engine mounts, allowing the bomber to fly intercontinental missions.
Laser scanning checks the composite fuselage for microscopic imperfections that could compromise the bomber's radar cross-section. Synthesizing advanced composite resins is a foundational industrial process for creating the next generation of stealthy aircraft.
Miles of high-speed data cabling are installed to support the advanced avionics and open systems architecture. Automated spray systems apply radar-absorbent material with sub-millimeter precision to achieve the all-aspect stealth.
Titanium additive manufacturing reduces the weight of internal components while maintaining the strength needed for high altitudes. Machining landing gear for the Raider requires high-strength alloys to support the bomber's massive weapons payload.
Calibrating multispectral sensors ensures that the B-21 can see through any weather or enemy jamming. The industrial scale of the B-21 program supports thousands of jobs across the American defense. Automated guided vehicles move heavy engines through the factory floor with absolute precision to speed up assembly. Maintaining the massive aircraft elevators is critical for moving bombers between the storage hangar and the flight.
Managing the vast supply chain for the B-21 involves thousands of parts delivered daily to Palmdale. Monitoring signal waveforms ensures that the open systems architecture remains stable during high-altitude flight operations today.
Fiber optic connectors allow for the high-speed data transfer needed for the JADC2 combat cloud.
Laser cutting provides the clean edges needed for fuel tanks, to withstand the pressures of intercontinental flight.
Hydraulic testing ensures that the landing gear can deploy quickly, even under extreme thermal and mechanical loads.
Curing carbon fiber in large autoclaves creates the lightweight and strong wings needed for intercontinental global range. Logistics teams are preparing for the deployment to Ellsworth Air Force Base by organizing specialized equipment now.
Automated welding cells increase the throughput of engine mounts, ensuring that the production line remains on schedule. Electrical grounding tests protect the sensitive electronics from lightning strikes and interference during the intercontinental missions.
Moving the massive fuselage through the factory requires coordination and precision to avoid any structural airframe damage.
Thermal inspections ensure that the engines run at peak efficiency to maximize the bomber's intercontinental range today.
Manufacturing precision components for the B-21 requires rigorous quality control and advanced robotics online. Automated vehicles move heavy munitions efficiently through warehouses, reducing the risk to the logistics personnel today. Every switch and button is designed for intuitive use by pilots during the intense pressure of combat.
Drilling precision holes in missile mounts ensures that the LRSO cruise missiles are held securely during flight.
Storing sensitive electronics in a controlled environment prevents damage from heat or moisture before their final installation. Processing vast amounts of flight test data requires powerful server cooling systems to prevent hardware system failure. The industrial infrastructure of Palmdale is the logistical backbone for the B-21 Raider production line.
Semiconductor production is a national security priority for maintaining the technological edge in modern stealth warfare today.
The future of national security depends on the industrial strength and aerial capability of the American fleet.
The Raider fleet will dominate the skies for half a century, protecting American interests across the globe.